Hello. Champions League, Barcelona passes its exam in Porto. Barcelona overcame an important obstacle by offering themselves a laborious 1-0 victory on the pitch of Porto to take the lead of their group thanks to a goal from substitute Ferran Torres, Wednesday during the second day of the Champions League. Barcelona overcame an important obstacle by offering themselves a laborious 1-0 victory on the pitch of Porto to take the lead of their group thanks to a goal from substitute Ferran Torres, Wednesday during the second day of the Champions League. Xavi's 100th match on the Barça bench followed the expected scenario. After an easy start against Antwerp, 5-0, on the first day, the Blaugrana found themselves facing a much tougher opponent, on paper and on the pitch. In the end, an error from Porto and more realism from the Catalans allowed Barça to isolate themselves at the top of Group H, with 6 points and 3 lengths ahead of their evening opponent in Shakhtar Donetsk, winner in Antwerp more early in the evening, 3-2. Enough to reassure a team determined to restore its European image after 2 eliminations in a row in the C1 group stage. Because since his arrival on the Barcelona bench, Xavi has found the formula to allow his club to regain its playing identity and win its first Spanish championship title since 2019. And Barça remains the only undefeated team in La Liga, second 1 point behind Real Madrid, thanks in particular to its summer reinforcements, João Felix, João Cancelo, Ilkay Gundogan, the newfound efficiency of its scorer Robert Lewandowski and its young nuggets of Xavi, 19 years old, and Lamine Yamal, who became the youngest player to start a Champions League match on Wednesday at 16 years and 83 days old. Driven by a packed and overheated Dragon Stadium, Porto put pressure on Barça throughout the first half, leading Blaugrana players Xavi, Araujo and Cancelo to commit fouls punished by warnings before the break. Barcelona's French defender Jules Koundé kicks the ball during his team's 1-0 victory against Porto in the Champions League at the Dragao Stadium in Porto, Portugal, October 4, 2023, AFP, Patricia de Melo Moreira. However, clear chances were rare and goalkeeper Ter Stegen was able to block a strike from Eustáquio, 17th, and intercept a dangerous cross from Wendell for Taremi, 38th. At the other end of the field, former Benfica João Felix tried to liven up the Catalans' attack under copious whistles from the public. The Portuguese international thus shot above the crossbar of Diogo Costa, 23rd, failed on the defensive wall of Porto after a good slalom, 25th. Or led a counter that Ferran Torres tried to conclude with a heavy hits from the right before coming up against Diogo Costa. Entering in the 34th minute to replace Lewandowski, injured after a tackle by David Carmo, Torres shortly after won his second duel against Costa, by placing the ball between the legs of the Portuguese goalkeeper on an action launched by Gundogan after a gross error by Romario Barro, 1-0, 45th+1. Returning from the locker room, Porto continued to push, but failed to find the breakthrough. Koundé avoided at the last minute Pepe finding himself alone in front of Ter Stegen, 53rd, Taremi's uncrossed header missed the target, 63rd, from the German, who then repelled a curling shot from Galeno, 71st. The Barcelonans trembled because of a handball mistake in the area by Cancelo, the referee having whistled a penalty before realizing thanks to video assistance that there had been a handball from Fabio Cardoso before that of his compatriot of Barça, 81st. Porto's Iranian striker Mehdi Taremi during his team's 1-0 defeat against FC Barcelona in the Champions League at the Dragao Stadium in Porto, Portugal, on October 4, 2023, AFP, Patricia de Melo Moreira, and when Taremi's return shook the Blaugrana nets, the VAR confirmed its offside position, 84th. Barça held on, and continued their good momentum before hosting the Ukrainians from Donetsk on October 25. Thank you for watching this video and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for